March 18th in the fig house. Checking out some fig trees. The weather has not been too nice lately. These are some cuttings I've stuck. When I was doing some pruning, I've been doing all my pruning. And this tree right here is Del Sewami Ron. Don't see no brevas on it. Maybe that's one right there. We'll find out. Also, this is a Nero 600. You see that leaf pattern? That's Black Mantazina. They have a little different leaf pattern, but when they first come out, you can mistake leaves for anything. I had somebody question this. A lot of breve on this tree. This is the ever so reliable. I don't know why that branch ain't waking up. It's got some too healthy spot on it right there, maybe. Maybe that's why that one ain't picked up. It's starting to. This is Michkorinska 10. Supposed to also be the same as Florea, and I believe that to be the truth. So let's go back up here where we was at. Let's start back up here at the beginning. We're just going to look over some trees today. We're in Zone 7, Southern Illinois, about 15 miles from the Ohio River. What is that? You got long neck, not doing much. This is, I need to do some pruning on this thing. This is Bordesote Negra Ramada. It's got a breva right there. There's another golden rainbow. I just up potted it. Like I said, I just got all my up potting and adding more soil and whatever they needed done, pruning. That is a call to Dom Nori. Galicia Negra. That's a Black Greek. Mount Etna Black Greek from Mario. Longed out that I rejuvenated prune. It's got a little limb I left on there. Jack Lily's leafing out. Parrot Joliena's starting to leaf out. The in-ground tree. There's a branch. This is my in-ground Zarfiro. It's a good sized tree. Low cordon. Here's a Nikki. This is Verdone from Nikki. It's a dark fig. That might be that's something else from Nikki. I don't see a tag from here, but it's over there. What we got here? Campaneri. Starting to leaf out. It's been 2 weeks now. I don't have no heat. I don't use no heat. This thing here is called a Damraggio. It's getting quite a bit of leaf on it. Emmeline's purple starting to leaf out. So when it's going to be below 40, I put the tops on these at night. And then when it's not, I don't mess with it. No heat. I've been keeping it somewhat closed up. Violet Dauphine. There's a, that's called a Dom Bordesotinka. YOLO Bypass. It's starting to leaf out. But so is that, that back there is Weeping Apple Pie. And there is Pastelier. But back to this YOLO Bypass. It's starting to wake up. You can see the little buds. It's got some brevas on this one. There's one. There's one. There's one. That's pretty good size. Yeah, gonna get some Brebas this year. This is my Mutante, all the Dom Mutante. So I left some limbs where I could there. There's one. It's got some apicals on it. They're gonna get going. I expect to get fruit off of them first. That nerve's starting to push. That's white Triana back there, already leafing out. But you know, so is this Call of Dom, because there it is. Budding out over here. That's Secret with the black butt. Not woke up yet. There's Crema de Mora. Not doing it, starting. There's a super red hybrid Breba. There's a couple more super red hybrid Brebas. That's an in-ground low spire. Got now where I've left apical buds on some of these smaller shoots. They're already leafing out, so that's an important thing, because the ones that have been cut back, you can tell they're a little behind. They're coming. They're a little behind. Black Madeira KK. Black Madeira. I usually just grow these for cuttings for people. Sell them cheap. Parline Cream. Looks like it's got a Breba up there at the top. And then that is another Parline Cream right there next to it. This is, you know what? I said this was Super Jumbo, but this is not Super Jumbo. That Breba right there is, and that Breba there, and that Breba there, this is Calodon Gigantina. I don't know what I was thinking, because here's Super Jumbo. Now it's got Breba, but it's starting to get, it's got a lot, it's getting ready to get going quick now. I mean, it looks like the leader right next to, now you see here next to it, this is Red Tram. It's getting at it too. In a hurry. It's an interesting race to see who gets going first. Next one here is Brazilian XP. It's getting going. Got some Breba. Hopefully we can hold on to them. Alright, let's go down this aisle. First one here is Green Mitskarinska. So, not sure what happened, but I got to notice another day when I come in here, seen this branch on here like this. I thought, oh, what's going on here? See the color difference? So yeah, that had died back at one little piece, but it only died back on the top. So that is some cold damage on the top of that, but on the bottom of it, it was, as you can see, there's green bud. I'm going to maybe try to root that just for fun. I don't know if it'll work, but why not, right? The upper half of it, I'm going to cut off. I just try to take these three lower, actually there's really only two lower ones, and try to root them. Alright, what do we got here? Let's see what that is back there. That is probably Fielroni de Rugel. It is. So I got two Fielroni de Rugels here and a Sultane. This is Cherry Pie. It's in a hurry. It's got some nice leaf on it already. It doesn't wait around for nothing. So this is, and this tree here is Green Mitskarinska. But it's starting to leaf out. Now the only cold damage I had, must have had a little leak or something up there that I didn't realize. Jumbo, Santa Rosa from Nikki. Deloso. De la Senora Hibernica. That's it right there. I said that was Deloso. That over there's Deloso. This is Catati. And what I was thinking. This is my Verdone from Mario. It is an Adriatic variety. I broke that off. And it does like to drown the tree. Blue Celeste trying to get going. Heart of Chicago in no hurry whatsoever. That's Raja Seedling 2. Not sure what that is next to it. Can't see it. That right there is oh gosh, daggone it. Bass's favorite. It's starting to get going. Now here's a Mount Etna that's waking up. It's just an unknown Mount Etna. I bought it as something else. Oh, let's see what else we got waking up here. This is Ponta Tresa. That there's Dada de Solis. You can see it was a big tree at one time. It's been in ground. Maltese Beauty's been cut back. Brocoletta cut back. I rejuvenated and pruned a lot of my trees this year. This is Sapphire 4 and it has a huge Breva. I should have rejuvenated it, but I wanted to try to get a Breva off of it. I figured it'd get some shoots going up right there, and then I would just cut this back at the end of the season, and this would be the tree. Then we can bend them, shape them, whatever. I probably ought to be bending this over here now, to be honest with you. And I'll have to get on that now that I've thought about that. After this video, I'll have to lace it under here so it can grow this way now and start training it over here to that pole. Because here's the next in-ground tree. And this is called a Dom Nori. It's waking up. It does got one Breva on it or two. There's a couple Brevas right there. And it's waking up, like I said. Here's Parrot Jaw Ramada. Waking up. My Smiths are starting to wake up. Here's my in-ground Smith. Ooh, buddy. It's in a hurry to wake up. Got some Breva. I see several Breva. There's a... Look around there. Looks like there might be some right there. Breva. Right. Gotta get my hand out here. There they are. Right there. See them? That's a Smith. No dieback at all. No dieback at all. You look how big a base of that Smith is. What is that back there? Rhinzola rosa. Here's black Manzanita in a pot. Not even beginning to get going. Not woke up yet. But you come over here and the in-ground one, look at it. I mean, it's like, it's cranking. Right there. I mean, there's not much difference. And it's in a 7-gallon pot. Not much difference. Tree must have more, that in-ground tree has way more access to heat now that it's rooted out. Probably getting it out here. That's all the Brebas that was on the Minsk-Grinska tin we looked at a minute ago. Hoyer in a pot waking up. There's my grafted. That's Del San Juan Miran. And that's Propone. And the rootstock is a black Texas everbearing that I bought in some nursery back in 2018 in Oklahoma. And that's what they had it listed at. That's what it was supposed to be, but yeah, it's not even worth eating, to be honest with you. This is Borgesot Grease. Not waking up much yet. Now, those there are doing good. Where the apical bud is, doing good. But where it's still having to come root out, it's a little behind some of the others. There's a Hoyer in the pot. There were a couple Breva. Several Breva. We're going to have a pretty good crop of Breva this year for a change. I haven't never really worried about this. This is Norella, a Mount Etna variety. LSU purples. Several of these. These are all purples. That's a LSU Champagne. Waking up. This is Turca. Starting to get going. Where the apicals are already awake. Leafing out. I do have this end open on this one right now because I've been in here working some today. Finishing up these pots and repotting and adding to them and pruning them, what have you. One in the ground is Tony's White Adriatic. Not sure what that little one is. It's wrote on the side. The bourgeoisie ain't doing much. Blanche de Duzazon's slow to wake up. In-ground tree here is White Madeira #1. There's an apical ever getting going. And it's pushing out there. More Hoyer trees. Here's an in-ground Hoyer tree. Not getting in too big a rush in ground now, oh is it? Now it's got some nice freedom. Awesome, we'll get some early figs. Try to get where I can see what this is. It's Socorro Black. It's got a Reba there, that's a nice one. I got another Socorro Black version. I call my Socorro Black B. That'll be next here. This here is O'Rourke. This is Ronde Bordeaux waking up. This is a really nice tree. I've got one in a bag I'm going to put in the ground, and I'm going to keep that in a pot for a while just because it's such a beautiful tree and I love its shape. Alright, now this is my Socorro B, Socorro Black B version. From another source, and I just thought it leafed out kind of different. I thought the fruit looked a little different, but that's a small tree and it did taste pretty close to the same. So I'm sure it's just a maturity thing, that it's probably the same as my other Socorro Black, but I wanted to put them in here side by side and see, because I had rooted some of this other Socorro Black and this Socorro Black at the same time, and the leaves didn't match. But I think it's just from being, this variety here came from Kansas. I'd have to go see where my A version come from. I think it come from Harvey. Socorro Black, my original Socorro Black come from Harvey, if I remember correctly. So this is yellow long neck. Apical buds are leafing out fairly quick, but I'm really not seeing much anything else push. It's trying to. This one just don't get in too big of a hurry, I guess. It's a little slow to get going. That there is LSU Scots Yellow. It's got a breba on it. It's got quite a few leaf on it. One in the ground here is Caldedon Blanca Negra. I just put it in there last summer. Hopefully it sends up some shoots. I probably will have wished that I had went ahead and just rejuvenated it. But after I get, I'm going to let some shoots come up and then I'll do it this time. Cut that old wood out. Malta Black, in no hurry of waking up. These are all, that's a Tacoma Violet, no hurry. And there's somewhere in here, there's also Maryland Berries. There's also San Miguel Roxo and Black Greek and a couple other different Mount Etnas. And as you can see, they're in no hurry of waking up. This is Cavalieri. It's getting started. This in-ground tree here is Super Jumbo. Getting some leaf going. Don't really see any breba. There's a Hard Chicago. See, there's one to start in a leaf. There's a couple Hard Chicago starting a leaf. There's some more that ain't. Pete Negra ain't doing nothing. Neither is Ashia Black. Or, I don't know. This is some kind of Bordeaux, but I don't know what it is. It looks like it might have some breba on it. That'd be good. But it ain't like it's in too big a hurry of waking up. That's interesting. Hardy Chicago and the DDB types don't want to wake up. This is CDA. Don't see any breba. They're getting there. That one there in the corner is a Black Madeira number 9 seedling. Be Mad number 9 seedling. I've also got number 2 right over there by the cat. The cat's guarding it. That's my mouser. You been eating mice? Good deal. Well, so there's what it looks like after 2 weeks of just pulling the top off, putting the top back on when it's below freezing, keeping her closed up. It gets up to 110 pretty easy in here every day. Now it's not, and we do open up some of the sides, but I come in and water about once a week to twice a week, depending just on how the weather is. Water today, I probably won't have to water for a week. So, and I done a little bit of the cheater this year. I want to try something new. So I got me one of these, and they got those little screw-in bottles that goes there and it fertilizes when you feed. It's just Miracle Grow. I thought, you know, how about we wake them up like that this year and see how they do. You shouldn't have to worry about burning them or nothing like that. They've had everything in here's had 2 passes. drink of water out of that. So that's kind of what they're looking like right now. I'll probably do that one more round, and then I'll that way everything will be awake, and then I'll go through and do a top dressing fertilizer, one quick release, one slow release, and then I'll just water them in and feed them every 2 weeks, kind of like that. And I've got a couple different things that I use. I use Alaska fish fertilizer. I'll use that around or two, and then I'll also use, now once it goes, we get into about the 1st of May. By the 1st of May, I'll switch over to a fish fertilizer, Alaska fish fertilizer Bloom 01010. And that's all I will feed from about the 1st of May on. Once it gets to where I can take this styrofoam off of here about the 1st of May, because we can still have, we're going to get down to 25 tonight. It's not feasible to heat a greenhouse of this size, and nor is it with what we're going to do going forward. Is it feasible to heat huge greenhouses? Or at least I don't think it is at this point. I might change my mind later. But right now I want to do it without heat. And this is how you do it without heat. Next greenhouses, instead of them being 4 foot tall, they're only going to be 2 foot tall, and they're going to be kept low. I mainly done this because I wanted to see if I could grow bigger trees, and I wanted a place to keep all my potted trees as well in the winter without having to move them out. So, which all these potted trees are going over into my 30 by 72 by the 1st of, let's say by the 1st of June they get moved over there. I haven't got it quite finished, and then I'm also going to put 44 in the ground over there, and the other 30 by 100. Got some finishing up to do there, and then I got to get to work on the Big Daddy greenhouse. So, thanks for watching, and listen to me ramble.